friends in college, what are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
With
Hello world, you are listening to The Passion Show on CFRU. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
My name is Liam.
Liam. That's the sound of the volleyball world championships. That's what people are saying. Liam, superstar. Bump it.
Yeah, they're letting it fly, like in your guys' gym.
Yeah,
actually,
in the UFG gym, no less.
I guess in my first year, yeah, I would have played
Really?
a matchup in there. Yeah, first year, I think in fourth year, yeah, they could have been chanting.
Let it be known, I have no affiliation with University of Guelph. Our guys's, I didn't go here. My alma mater is the Blessed Funshaw. We love the Funshaw.
This is my first time ever knowing this.
You didn't know that?
No.
That's where I graduated. Yeah,
What?
that's true.
Wait, what did you take when you were there?
I took interactive design and production.
Wicked.
Yeah,
oh, so
right?
very well
That's
integrated.
why.
Yeah, okay.
The funny thing is, we didn't learn nothing about anything like this in that program. That was all websites and like 3D modeling and things of that nature.
Funky.
But now I had a friend who graduated from Fanshawe for radio, and now she is like an anchor on CTV London. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Wow. How often... I've always wondered like what the pathway was for that. Because I would see TV anchors and such, and I'm always thinking,
It's truly like you go to school for TV anchor, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know. I really want to get her on the show.
That would be really...
She was going to be on the show a few months ago, but then she had a scheduling conflict, and we were like, oh, we'll figure it out some other time. And we just haven't. I should hit her up.
It's just like Geet.
It's just like Geet.
Geet, this is my message to you for the show. Please get on the show.
And you know she's listening to this.
You know it.
You know she's listening to this. For our dear listeners at home, if you weren't aware, Geet is a famous Guelph
very famous
celebrity. I would say, like, sort of like a kind of person who is attached to so many webs. Mm-hmm. You know, not necessarily the center, but it has her fingers outstretched everywhere.
Yeah, she's just kind of sprinkled all about.
Exactly. Everyone knows her. Everyone loves her.
100%. And
you heard it here first, folks. It's time to get Geet on the show.
Change that like Liam chant at the start to just Geet on the show. Geet on the show. Just let it fly.
Wouldn't that just be something? Wouldn't that be a rude welcome to you? You're special too, Liam. You're a superstar. What's your deal? That's what I've been asking people these days on this show. It feels very blunt.
I like it.
It's fun. It's a little more honest than saying what are you passionate about. Because we're gonna find out what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Eventually. They'll just start by saying, "What's your deal?"
I had some struggles trying to figure out what I actually wanted to get after today.
Figure out what your deal is.
Yeah. So like my deal, I mean, up until I guess about around a year ago, it was playing volleyball.
Yeah,
that was really bump set spike just all over the place. I started. I guess I could start from the beginning.
From the beginning. Why not? We got all the time.
We got all the time. So I started off basically. I was growing up. I was a multi-sport athlete. I could not figure out one thing that I wanted to land on and go forward with. Every single parent, every kid, it was always, why aren't you playing basketball? Do you play basketball? Yeah. Do you have a jump shot?
Folks, you wouldn't guess it from his short man's voice. But this is... No, I'm just playing. You don't got a short man's
voice. It's the truth.
Because you're a tall man.
I'm a tall, yeah.
You extend up into the sky.
See, I don't even... Like, my actual height is 6'7", but I can't even say that anymore because all the kids will... Oh, God.
One of my best friends from high school, famous Robert, future guest, hopefully. Ooh-hoo. He also stands at 6'7". And, the common refrain is, what's the weather like up there?
Always.
Do you hear that one?
Classic. I heard it in the food basics on Iramosa. Actually, I went to go pick up cheese last week for some nachos Gabby and I were throwing together.
We've never seen each other in there. I frequent that food basics.
It's a solid place.
But, that's a common one. And one that we like these days is we found out that the taller you are, the more likely you are to have, heart disease. In the fullness of time. Have You heard this? Like
No,
as you grow,
no.
it's just because you got more blood,
More blood to pump.
to pump, more like miles of blood veins.
Yeah,
And
checks
so
out.
sometimes we drop on Rob a big dogs die first, and we salute
Harsh
our
reality.
warrior.
Harsh reality. Oh boy.
This is funny.
But I was so like funny
We
enough.
love
like
you,
I
Rob.
was, yeah. We shout out Rob, honestly, fellow tall man. Because like I was never. I was taller than the kids in my grade growing up and whatnot, but it wasn't until around grade 6 where it's actually when I started playing volleyball, where I shot up from, it was about 5'7" to 6 foot over the course of grade 6.
That's a lot of height to grow in 1 year. Oh my god.
And trust me, my knees told me that.
Yeah?
And
Oh,
just
jeez.
walking around, every joint in my body is just like, why did we decide to do this?
why'd you do
we
that, bro?
Why did we do this to ourselves?
Get back down here.
Yeah, screw this. But yeah, so I was exploring all these sports. Could never really land on one because personally, I hate competition. And I think so this has taken me a long time to kind of figure out, but competition's really just not my thing.
Okay.
It's more just getting to train with teammates. It was the training with teammates, the bettering myself, bettering my teammates, bettering my coaches, that whole process that got me happy and excited for the sport. So when it came to sports where like such as basketball, where like I'm expected to go and use all my size, go body into the kids because I'm bigger than them.
And such a competitive, like, what's it called? Culture.
Yes, yeah. It was just, that was the least attractive thing on planet Earth to me. I could not be bothered. So once I discovered volleyball, where surprise, surprise, I can use my height and I don't have to go throw my body into people
you're
to
totally
go.
separate. There's a wall.
Yeah.
There's a big wall.
Big, nice wall. It was amazing. And the sport, like, it just clicked really, really quick. And
That's
I mean,
great. I never thought about volleyball like that, but it's kind of true. It's sort of like you do your thing on your side, and you send the ball over, and it's sort of like a black box. It's like whatever happens over there happens there.
Yeah.
They return the ball or they
100%.
don't return the ball. You watch, you analyze, you get ready, but you don't have to body check.
yeah, you don't
those
have to make
people.
any kind of like physical interaction,
That
stuff
is
like
so
that. And that
interesting.
it also means like as you get into the university competition and such, the trash talk through the net starts picking up.
Yeah.
But I mean, before that, it certainly holds nothing to like hockey or basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Two big centers down in the post with one another. They're ripping into one another.
Man,
And
I remember the trash talk in hockey.
it's wicked.
It's insane. I played until around grade 5 or grade 6, and even at that time, and I played the wing position.
Nice.
So I was right beside the other guy, and it was like rough. It was kids would say some crazy stuff.
It's especially the ones with like older siblings who they've heard what their older siblings are saying to their competition and
they
their
bring it down.
sports.
They bring it down a little younger, and
Oh,
it just
yeah.
works its way.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
thankfully, like my sister, she's
You have a sister, Laura Drop.
Yeah, Laura Drop. Yeah, she's I guess 11 years older than me.
Nice.
Works at the University of Waterloo. She did her actually same undergraduate or same program that I'm in right now.
Okay.
She did knowledge integration, went and did master.
integration.
Yeah,
What is that?
weird program. We'll get into that part. That deserves its whole
Yeah,
own
we'll
thing.
back
Goodness
burner. We'll back
gracious.
burner that.
But so she goes through KI, does her master's, her PhD, and now is teaching professor at UW.
Smart.
And she
Smarty pants.
very, very smart.
Nice,
She's
let's go.
She's the smarter of the two. I got the blunt end
My
of the
sister's
stick.
like that too. She's smarter than me.
But I think it's just weird.
Future guest.
Yeah,
My
it's
sister.
but she was the athletic one. She
Wow,
got up,
your sister.
she's
Smarter,
got up to
more
like
athletic?
I
Wow.
mean, for any figure skate, it was figure skating, synchro and stuff that
Oh
she
my
did.
gosh.
And
Big in the news these days. Everyone's talking about figure skating.
yeah, it's getting a lot of coverage. It's
Yeah.
really cool to see. But yeah, so she did like Team Canada synchro. Like she made it up the ladder.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
it was
good for her, man.
while also doing IB, all of this
Yeah.
stuff. Is this just going to be a Glaze My Sister podcast at this point? Like, shout
Your
out.
sister sounds epic. Your sister mobbed you.
Yeah, man. And like, even crazier part, as a professor, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. She's
Oh my gosh.
beat that down. She's conquered this. Like, it's
Wow.
that is like incredible human being.
Yo, put
It
us
is-
in touch.
honestly, man, she's
It's gonna be a future guest, Liam's sister.
honestly, bring her in. Get on the passion
That's
show.
great. Now, shouts to having awesome sisters. I got an
For
awesome
real.
sister too. That's a good connect right there.
I think it, like, at least for me, I know it's helped me in. I think, how do I word this? It's helped me view the world in a better way.
Yeah.
When I see like my sister go forward and like all the work that she's had to put in to get to where she's at, just digging in, going after it, and like actually succeeding, getting through,
Yeah.
doing everything she's done. It's made me just kind of lighten my view on the world and be like, okay, maybe things aren't so bad.
Yeah.
There's still people succeeding. There's still people doing insanely cool things. And my sister is freaking one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
It's-
And like having an 11 years older sister seems like it'd be good for that too. Like,
yeah.
there she is. She's up there. It's not so much of a competitive element, presumably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like with my sister and I'm only 2.5 years older than her,
Mm-hmm.
and through our childhood there's lots of butting heads, and that's because we were of similar age.
Did you have similar interests? Did you play like similar sports? Did you have...
No, luckily we were pretty different.
Nice.
But she was a dancer, I was a hockey boy, and then she was like a cool sort of theater kid, and I was like a nerd in high school.
Huh?
Good times.
Hey, being the nerd is
But I was also a
that's
bit of a
fun
theater
role.
kid too. I did I remember her and I were in like a youth theater thing, and she was an actress in these plays. And then I was up in the booth doing the lights.
Nice.
It's actually pretty. That was probably the closest we were when we were kids. We were making theater together. Yeah, it's cute, right?
Yeah, that's so sweet. Oh my
Making
gosh.
plays.
Were your parents like big time into theater? Is
They're
that what
big time
brought
into
you guys-
supporting us,
Okay, yeah.
but they don't. They were never actors or anything. I would love to see that though. Shouts to past and future guests, my parents.
For real. See, I'll bring my parents in. You can try to convince them to go into theater and get after it too, because I would love to see that happen.
Yeah, parents.
Goodness,
Parents can get it. They're good.
for sure.
Parents can be actors. That's allowed.
It's my freaking nana she would eat that up.
Yeah.
She's into her 90s now, and she
Wow.
loves her Betty Boop merch. She loves like the bright colored outfits, everything,
Boop
putting herself
merch.
out there, getting after like karaoke and whatnot.
For real?
Yeah,
Your grandma sounds epic.
she is awesome. She would always come out to all of our games and such.
Yeah?
And cheer us on. Man, she's awesome. Like she would go absolutely nuts on theater.
And on the next couple of weeks, I'm getting my grandma on this show. That's gonna be a good one, eh?
That's fun.
It's gonna air right after yours, presumably. So there you go. Shouts to tune in next week, everyone.
Yes.
You're listening to CFRU, by the way. I always forget. I want to like drop that more.
Just
Just
put a
it feels
5-minute timer on.
Feels like a radio thing. Like I'm supposed to. If I want to be a good radio host, I should be reminding people what channel they're listening, which is CFRU 93.3 FM, by the way. Because this isn't a podcast. Not a podcast. This is a radio program.
I've got to formally apologize because I called it a podcast at one point.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, you know what? I forgive you. I'm gonna be Christ-like and forgive you right now, because it's a common misconception, and most people listen to my radio show on the internet, an e-radio show, an electronic radio program is what it is, which does broadcast on podcasting platforms, but. Broadcasting on podcast platforms make it a podcast and not.
As all of you cannot see, he is wagging his finger
I'm wagging
very
my little
aggressively right
finger.
now.
I'm wagging my little finger. I say, makes it a podcast not. No, that's just where it's airing, you know? It's like if I stand on if I put myself between two buns, that doesn't make me a burger.
See,
No,
but
sorry.
that's see, this is a discussion you need to have with Miles after that fart in a cave episode.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Right?
Diving that deep, maybe if the fart was put in between two burger buns, does
Yeah.
that make the fart a
The
burger?
fart would not be a burger in that situation. For our listeners at home, you're going to have to head over to thepassionshow.ca to access my archive of passion shows and scroll yourself on down to fart in a cave with Miles.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We'll reheat that because you should listen to this full discussion first. So we'll reheat the thesis of that episode. And just for you, dear listeners, that's where the listener, if you were curious, Liam, that's where the listeners sit. That's the chair. If you're curious, listeners, if you haven't heard that one, me and Miles had a little debate. Not so much a debate. We don't debate on this show. It was a discussion, maybe a heated discussion, about where we asked the simple question: would cavemen laugh if one of them made a big fart in a cave? And Liam, what do you think?
So, okay.
We talked about this a little a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we actually, yeah.
But let's let the listeners know your take on this matter.
My thought is no.
You don't think they laugh?
Only because I feel like laughing is our response to the tension caused by, like, we might
like
perceive
a social tension.
Yeah,
response.
social tension of it, like, ooh, fart, like awkward, smelly, whatever. Let me giggle in response to just like lower the tension. So my thought is, have the caveman established that farting beside another person is a little odd?
I mean, maybe,
is there
maybe
any
not.
tension?
I don't know. Because in the original pitch here, we were saying that this was occurring like 200,000 years ago. In the time where, just like at the beginning of Homo sapien, pre-language by quite a lot.
Yeah, so then no tension, really.
So you would think that,
Interesting.
like, maybe there wouldn't be the same kind of social tension.
Yeah,
But
so
I
would
propose otherwise, though, as you know. I think they do laugh at the fart in the cave. Because it's funny.
All of the listeners, you need to go, because you need to hear Miles's take on this
Miles
as well.
has a good take on it.
This is valuable information, I'm telling you.
And I'll just leave you, Liam, I'll leave you with the same idea that I leave everyone with when they suggest to me that they wouldn't laugh. I would just say a cave has a great big echo. So that's something you have to consider.
Also truthful.
That's something you really, really have to bear in mind. So, yeah. Anyways,
anyways.
Enough reheating these old nachos. Let's cook up something new in the kitchen.
Can't remember where I was at with
Let's stick you between a couple new buns.
Oh, I should probably continue on that whole like volleyball trend
what's
I was
going on with
yapping
volleyball?
about.
There you are, like in high school and getting into college, getting into volleyball.
Yeah, so basically I started off playing Scorpions Youth Volleyball Club. That's in Cambridge. It's mainly...
Were you a Cambridge boy?
Cambridge boy, West Galt, born and raised. Galt Collegiate Institute, baby.
Let's go. Is that the big one?
The big castle.
No way. Yeah. No.
Yes.
Hey, that's some lore. That's
funky place. Let me tell you, funky place until it gets hot and humid, and then the no AC makes it.
There's no AC in there?
Not so funky. It's brutal.
That's funky.
It's that like.
That's so great. Every time I drive past there, which I do a lot. Well, I mean, whenever I go to Cambridge, I guess, I point at it, do a big extended point. I go, look, it's a big castle. Look at that.
Inside, like the architecture inside's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, I believe it. It's a castle. How old is it? It must be old.
1850. I'm gonna misquote this.
That's okay.
I can't remember.
We'll say roughly 1800 seems about right.
Somewhere in there. Who knows?
That's crazy. That's some good lore.
Yeah, but it's what was it? Yeah, so I played for initially just the local club.
Yeah.
But it was mainly kind of centered around the girls' side of things. There were a couple guys' teams. Kind of, I remember there being my age, which was I was playing up a year, so I was actually eligible for 12U, but I was playing on the 13U team. Okay. So there was a 13U team. There was like maybe one 16U team. But
what are these the numbers, Mason?
Sorry. 16 and under. That's the age. Yeah. Okay. And so basically, not too many fellas, but we got.
I remember this from high school. It seemed like volleyball was more of a girls' sport.
Yeah, a massive
sort of
sport.
Interesting. I don't know. No comment.
A lot. It's just the sheer numbers. It's currently men's volleyball is the biggest growing sport in North America. It's
really? Whoa.
Huge. Growing.
All right, fellas.
Right. Yeah, it's time to lock in. But it's really interesting because on the girls' side, obviously, colossal sport, massive.
That's so neat.
So basically, I played out 2 years with them, and then the team ended up having to fold just purely because of numbers. We didn't have enough.
Okay, wow.
So At that point, I had made my first kind of, I guess, stride for getting into any sort of high performance training. So there's the club level training where you train with your own team and go and compete at little tournaments and stuff, all managed by the Ontario Volleyball Association. Then there's a step up from that where there's provincial team and whatnot, Team Ontario. And so my first kind of experience with that was when I got into 14U. The high performance director told me, told my mom that, hey, you know, we have this program called Tall Maples. It's for, you guessed it, tall people that we want to develop. We think that they've got some potential. So I think your kid is already signed up for this. But there's also the Team Ontario programs. It's good to just, you know, get your foot in the door, you know, apply for it, you know, just get your name out there.
Yeah. Get that ball rolling.
Get the ball rolling. And sure enough, that suggestion, I guess, meant a little bit more than just get the ball rolling, because he took me in and there was, I guess...
Like Team Ontario took you in?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that was like the big kind of kickoff.
That's crazy.
And from there on out, I did Team Ontario when I was in 14U, 15U, 16U. Then 17U is when Team Ontario got like serious. I got the captain selection, co-captain with my friend Jacob Furland from Ottawa. Shout out Jacob if you ever listen. My king.
Oh, I'm sure he's listening.
Good fella. But
my king.
My king. Man, but yeah, like got to co-captain that. That's when things, I guess, I'm putting quotation marks around this serious.
Quotation marks for our dear listeners. Close your eyes. Imagine. Don't close your eyes too hard. Focus on the road.
Because I never knew how serious I really wanted to take the sport, because, as I was saying, the competition was not really my whole thing. And once you get
that
in,
level must be brutal, especially
and once
with those
you get
ages.
up, once you get up, everything is competition. Like how early you show up to a practice is competition versus your other teammates. Like
my gosh.
How much water you drink, how like every little bit.
I'd be the winner of that competition.
Oh, baby. Well-hydrated fella?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You know I'm chugging.
Yes.
Getting my like 3-4 liters.
I want to get one of those massive bottles with all the timestamps.
There's a kid in outdoor school who has one of those. It's like, keep going. You got this. You did it.
Because I had this, it was an old Coleman, I want to say it was a 3.5 liter jug. Woo. And that thing, when I tell you, it went from, I think I got it in 15U. I had this thing on the bench at Waterloo with me in like my third year.
That's crazy.
Like it went everywhere, and this went on like...
That's a lot of Wawa.
Yeah, I mean, like with Team Ontario, they took us on trips. Like we would go out to out west to go compete in Vancouver. We'd go down to Fort Lauderdale, down in Florida to compete there. And sure enough, that Coleman jug, that thing stuck with me.
What a unit.
But yeah, so...
So there you are, 16 or 17, the competition's heating up.
Yeah. And
what's next for Liam?
Yeah, so that was basically me trying to, at that point I had to figure out, okay, well, like obviously I want to go, like I'm going to go play post-secondary. I'll go play for university. There's a weird decision you've got to make between... Okay, do I choose the university based off of my academics, or do I choose it off of their actual varsity? So, for example, a place like there's Trinity Western University is a really, really big name in North American collegiate volleyball. It's out west. They always get kind of the best recruits in Canada because they've just had a history of developing absolute monsters. Okay. Amazing teams. And so there's a play, but
I love hearing about stuff like this, like specifics of it tickles my brain. That's what the show is all about.
Yeah, and so like they don't have bad academics by any means, but obviously if I'm deciding between there and University of Waterloo, which spoiler alert, that's where we ended up. Like obviously I'm going to be looking at University of Waterloo's like math and co-op and such, and think, okay, the volleyball is still solid, like it's very good, but do I go all in on the volleyball out west, or do I go, mainly academics here?
I only know about like this kind of conflict from movies. It's a classic sports movie kind of thing.
Yeah. And
You're living that. I can't even imagine.
It's definitely weird because basically, yeah, I ended up deciding, okay, I wanted to do math, either math, computer science, or computer engineering.
Classic Waterloo.
Classic.
Moment.
Yeah, that's when I decided those were the three big tickets that I wanted to punch. I decided, okay, Waterloo's the place. Like,
Yeah.
I know the coach. I had been in chats with him since I was in like grade 9 or 10. Like I'd been in talks with like most of the universities around Canada, so it was fun. But I just liked getting to know all the coaches. They're all such interesting people, and I'm figuring
I've met some of these people at a Celtics volleyball program. They bring in a lot of like college volleyball coaches to do their thing. Yeah, they are crazy, interesting people.
Yeah, they've got a lot of them, and I'm learning this more as I've retired and I'm getting into like the coaching side. That I can just go sit down, have coffee with these guys that I used to like be like shaking when I was talking to them. Like, oh my gosh, it's Cal from Guelph. Oh my gosh, I gotta be on my best behavior now. I can just sit for a coffee and be like,
Hey,
you're
Cal
just a
from
human. Like I can just pick your brain about all this stuff. You are really cool. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I don't know where I was even going with that, but
I don't know.
Yeah, so
you work your way through that. You're playing volleyball. You're in college.
Pretty much, yeah. It was just go, and I landed on math because Waterloo was offering a new data science program, and I guess I didn't look into it enough because I realized it was a lot. Getting into it once you were actually at Waterloo was far more intricate than I had previously thought. So went into math, ended up doing computational math for about 3 years, and then swapped out of that into knowledge integration.
And here we are.
We've decided, we decided after, I guess, year 5 of playing at Waterloo, that it was just time to step away from the sport. It wasn't fun anymore. It's, that last year that I had played was really just because I didn't want to abandon my teammates. I wanted to stick by them, support them however I could. But just the actual playing, no longer fun. It's just...
I can believe that. Doing anything for that amount of time, and with those kind of like stakes, the chemicals that go into your brain when you're being asked to care about competing.
Yeah, and
for years.
The expectations, that's kind of what completely ripped me apart. I spent like a lot of time trying to work through it with a sports psychologist. Shout out Kim Dawson.
Kim Dawson?
Yes.
That's funny. That's a very similar name to one of my favorite singers ever, Kimya Dawson. Shout out to Kimya Dawson from the Moldy Peaches. That's great. That's funny. Yeah. Kim Dawson,
what? But professor at Laurier, absolutely outstanding person. But
sports psychology, that is an interesting field.
Very niche, but it's quite cool.
So you're like sort of adjusting into coaching now, eh?
That's cool. Now it's trying to take that side of things on. I originally was going to actually try and take a bit of a break and just step away from the sport and be like, okay, we can just dedicate the next 2 years to just sport climbing outdoors as much as I possibly can.
I was like waiting to bring that up because I think that is such an interesting transition for you into a sport that is like solely individual.
Well, I was doing them, like I started climbing in 2021.
Oh wow.
So like I was climbing while I was...
So there's a crossover here.
Yeah. It's
that's a real connect. I've never been a volleyball guy, but golly, I love the climb. I'm always trying to go up.
It's so fun.
It's the best, isn't it?
It's amazing.
I was in there like right before I was at the Guelph Grotto show. It's a passion show. Loves the Guelph Grotto. Sending some reds, feeling good, sweating. Got my strong fingies on. And spring is in the air.
Whew.
And that means it's outside time soon.
It is Mount Nemo, here we come.
Oh man.
I'm so excited. I forgot to take I've been telling
Please. I would love to go. I just need to cop a harness.
Yeah, get a harness. Like I've got,
because they're not that expensive, are they?
No.
But they're like $50-$60.
I think the Black Diamond Solution, I want to say, is like near 100.
That's fine.
Like, but then again, that might be the one with like the 4 gear loops, all this stuff.
I can make my own gear loops.
Yeah, keep it nice and simple.
I can just put some carabiner on my pants.
Yeah,
Boom.
easy as can be.
Boom. That's so fun. I would love to go to Mount Nemo. I've walked there and seen those routes, and
yeah,
I feel like I'm like consistently climbing the red tags
100% done.
the grotto, which makes me feel like probably a V4 ish climber. I don't know how grotto translates to the V grading, or if that's how they even do it at Mount Nemo.
Mount Nemo. So those ones would be.
Or I guess they're not boulders. So
they'd be
boulders
in
is
Yosemite.
the V's, right?
Yeah. So they'd be in Yosemite decimal scale. So like a 5-point.
Oh, okay, I've seen some of those. That goes up to like 12 or 13, right?
It goes highest one in the world right now is a 515D.
515. Why are there two numbers?
So basically,
Walk me through.
Yosemite decimal scale.
I've always been very curious about this. This is good. We're both leaning in.
We both walk in, hands on the table. So Yosemite decimal scale, you've got basically the first number is, I guess, the classification of what you're doing. So a 5 is like vertical rock face, like you need to be connected to it. 4 is more of scrambling. 3 is maybe a rough trail.
These are like categories more so than difficulty rankings.
So like 2 is regular trail. 1 is like a sidewalk. So then
interesting.
So then it's not until you get up until the 5th grade, the 5th category there, where there is the point that's added in to go and describe how difficult the route is.
Gotcha.
So when you're top roping or leading or trad climbing, it would be...
What's trad climbing?
Trad is... So sport is when there are already hangers like bolted into the route, where basically what you're seeing in the gym when guys are like clipping into those quick draws.
The lead thing.
Yeah. So that would be sport. Then trad is when it's a completely bare naked route that people have identified, and you use camming devices and nuts.
Cams.
Yes, So you stick your own stuff. So
that seems so scary.
It's scary, but it is so fun.
Those cams, for our listeners at home, these things are like little metal devices with two little sort of like grippy feet on them, and they look tiny, and they have like a wire in them. Yeah. They look like just like, I don't know. They don't look like you could trust your entire body weight on them, but jamming them in a crack in a wall, but you can.
Surprise. Yeah, basically they translate, I want to say it's a 96% efficiency. They translate outwards pulling force. They translate it 90 degrees and push it out. So you'd basically, they're spring loaded. So you would pull like the trigger back to go and pull the lobes in to let it get a little bit skinny. Yeah, place it into a crack in the rock. It goes out. And then release it. And basically any outwards pulling force that you're now yanking on this cam with, it's pushing out into the crack to create basically like friction.
That's so cool. That's such a brilliant little mechanism.
And I would encourage you, go on
everyone focus on the road, but when you're done driving or listening, Google up climbing cam device.
Climbing cam device lifts car. Because it's my favorite way to just like kind of blow people's minds with the device, because like just the sheer amount of force these things put out is unfreaking believable. It's unreal.
That's
and
so sick.
Like these guys put together a full it was like a full metal reinforced kind of box with a little crack in the middle, put a cam in it, got a crane, and then put a bunch of rope around a car and just hung it only from that cam in there. Lifted up completely fine, no worries.
This reminds me, at my old summer camp, I used to work at Camp Celtic, shoutouts. I used to tell kids would get really afraid about the rock climbing wall, and I was like one of the belaying people. We all belayed, and kids would be like, oh, I'm scared. Like, what if this rope breaks? It's just a rope. And I'd always tell them, like, archery, all the kids love doing archery. They're not really scared of archery. I say, that's like a million times more dangerous than this. A kid could just lose their mind and turn around and shoot you with an archery arrow, and you would maybe die. But on this rock climbing wall with this rope and this gree, you can't die.
Yeah,
I won't let you. It is impossible.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is safer than like sleeping in a top bunk.
This is like, yeah, this is the exact
I'm a pro.
approach.
I know your knots are good. You're fine. You can't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I've got you covered. Like that's always how I've been trying to word it to my friends and such, that I'm trying to pull out to come try out like the outdoor climbing and climbing on the rope. And
man, I'm so excited.
I don't think it takes a little bit for people to click in just how ridiculously strong this gear is. So like for example, like a Dyneema sling is like the general soft good sling that you'd use to build anchors with, to if you want to make an alpine quick draw, one that you can just extend so that the rope doesn't have to like zigzag up the wall as much. Like those little things, they're 10 millimeters wide and that like maybe 1.5 millimeters to 2 thick.
Okay, tiny.
And this thing is rated, so minimum breaking strength is 22 kilonewtons. So for listeners who need a quick reference point, a 225-pound fellow just standing on, I was gonna say myself, I weighed in at 224 today. I'm down like 10 pounds. I can't believe it.
Let's go.
But so 225, you're essentially putting about 1 kilonewtons force into the ground. Now think of a football team. I'm fairly certain 11 on each side. I don't know football too well.
Roughly.
Yeah. So think of that. 11 on each side, 22 folks, each putting, I'd say, probably about a kilonewton of force. Those are some big fellas.
You got bigger guys, you got littler guys. We're roughing out to that.
And so if you could pick up every person on that entire football field with this 10 millimeter thick sling. Like
that's so sick.
It is and then you double it up, and all of a sudden you got 44. Like it's
grab your other favorite football team. You can take the whole Super Bowl
take them all,
put it on there.
Give them all a shot at the Craig, but
they can all try and send your project.
Yeah, just basically just trying to.
Time.
That would be imagine. I'm curious. I want to see. I've seen like some YouTube videos on, like big bodybuilders, guys like that.
I've seen stuff like this too. Big, huge, crazy, strong jack people trying to climb.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's pretty funky because like that strength to weight ratio is wow.
All the technique required for climbing. It's like what's so fun about it to me.
100%.
I was like balancing it as climbing on the undercling. I was really using my toes. It's like, this is what it's about.
It's nice. It feels good to just be able to apply all those techniques. And
I was so excited to climb quickly when I started, but now I'm excited to climb slow. I love just like climbing slow, thinking about my moves.
Yeah, feeling out I honestly think, looking back, if I was to be able to recommend any sport for like new parents, climbing.
Oh yeah.
They're like volleyball is great and all for getting to know your body and all this, but there's very specific movement patterns. Obviously, swinging at a ball, going to bump a ball, stuff like that. Those are like super specific movements to volleyball, and you're kind of just repeating those over and over and over again with some small variants in it. Climbing
uses everything.
It's everything. You got to know how to be coordinated with your feet, with your hands, like
with your dang torso.
You got to be like engaging every little muscle that you need for like that specific problem.
It is giving me such a different relationship to like the whole middle of my body, like my torso and my butt. I'm like 100%. Always thinking about that stuff, like your whole gravity, your whole center.
Yeah,
it's so good. And it's such a
sport.
Supportive community for kids too.
Yes, that is like the whole other part is just the community around this sport. I cannot believe it. And volleyball's got a really like a really good community. I mean, some of my best friends, my longest term friends, have come from that community, and it's great. But like I'm quite a socially anxious fellow. I get a little bit scared trying to introduce myself to folk and whatnot, but
hey, I wouldn't guess.
So that's reassuring. But like I got very scared. I guess not introducing. It's more doing anything in front of new people. So climbing in front of new folk at the gym.
It is a vulnerable thing to do, right?
Yeah, it is scary. And very, very, very quickly it became not so scary because I just realized, oh my gosh, every person in this gym is like cheering me on.
Yeah,
Everyone's cheering one another on. They're all interested in like
everyone
how good
either
you're doing.
is like not paying attention or is paying attention, and they're going to fist bump you when you're done, no matter what.
Yeah, as long as you're trying your hardest, everybody in that community is going to cheer you on.
Exactly.
The only time they won't is if you're like half-assing. Like if you're just putting in no effort, then they're
all, or if you're being rude or mean.
Yeah, then they'll be on you about it. Or if you're not being safe with, you know, like
That's
a gree hand off the brake line. Never do this, listeners.
Keep that hand on that brake line. That's important. Don't care how strong your gree is.
Exactly.
You keep that hand down. You keep that down at your side.
Bang on.
Hold on to that thing.
But yeah, it's a good place, and I mean,
I love that there's a whole culture around people like discussing how to have a good culture about it. You know, like the culture, like it's like a meta culture.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, how do we go about, like, how much explaining is too much explaining? It's like when you can yell at people on the wall, but only if they want you to yell. You know, you don't just go up to someone and say, put your foot there.
Yeah.
But if they're like, where do I put my foot? Then you say, put your foot there. or don't, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a ton of respect. And what I also like is just everybody at the gym, like obviously there's folks like with their earbuds in, like I do it once in a while where I just want to be in my own headspace. I want to do my own thing.
Mode.
And like all the power to you. But for the majority of the time I show up, like pretty much everybody's happy to chat about those things. Like, where do I put my foot? What do I like? They all want to talk about it. And yeah, it's
I had one of
cool.
those just today. Me and my future guest Noah were in the back corner grinding on this white holds red chip climb in the back corner. It was tough. It had some tricky moves.
Is that in the really overhung cave? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, have you done that one? Have you seen that one?
I've not.
Good.
But that section of the gym.
It's the first red I've ever sent on the undercling. I was very proud.
Congratulations.
And,
fist bump you listeners. There is a fist bump right over the
just
table.
Just like that. You got a fist bump in climbing, my friends, because you got chalk on your hands and you don't want to make a little poof every time. You don't want to make a little poom every time you're trying to. Anyways, me and Noah just were chatting with two people we never met about this climb and being like, there's a foot there. There's a secret little hidden foot because it's under the cave and you're up there and you got to just trust it. Just trust that foot. Just find it. And we were fist bumping. It was like, all right, new friends, and maybe we'll never see those two ever again.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe you'll see them next time you're in the gym.
Maybe we'll see them next time we're there.
Yeah.
In any case, it was just like a random little pleasant interaction. I love that kind of thing.
I would say, like, I think the only negative thing that I see show up in climbing culture is, of course, it's on social media. Of course, like I was about to say, like, of course it has to do with social media, but it's people like questioning the grades of other, because for listeners who don't know,
that'd be a V2 at my gym.
Yeah, V2 at my gym. It's just like, just let them have their moment, because you can't tell on the camera, like the angle, whatever it's at. There's just so much you don't know. The texture of the holds, you can't tell nothing. And sure enough,
you can't even barely tell a lot of the time in real life. Like you have to try any climb to really know.
Yeah, and it's people. Two things, I guess. Yeah, that, and then people just being so obsessed with the grading. That is, I guess, my biggest piss off with climbing is that, and of course it's the competition side of it that I'm not liking. Exactly. Surprise. But
classically,
it's people get so hung up on the grades, they completely tune out what, like, the whole thing that they're doing. They're climbing up a wall. They are like, it is as simple as that. You are just trying to find the easiest way to get your body, emphasis on the word your, up the wall. my way of getting up that wall at 6'7"
It's different.
is far, far different from my girlfriend Gabby's at 5'4".
Past and future guest Gabby.
Absolutely, shout out.
I'm sure she maybe she's listening to this. Who knows?
Oh, you never know. But
yeah, that's a big height difference, and it's a different game. I mean, even me, like you and I have climbed together. You're 5 inches taller than me. Still a huge difference.
It's massive, yeah.
And like even if you're the exact same height as someone, there's still going to be differences. Everyone's body is different.
Yeah, and so like what people end up, I find, forgetting is that the grade isn't this super solid, like, this is the grade, it will never change, this is like it for everybody. It's just the consensus of a couple people that went through it and said, it seems like a V3 in my jump, like just stuff like that. And naturally the consensus, I got really frustrated when I first started off with this stuff because I kept on getting, that's what made me super insecure about climbing in front of other people, because I could do some, like a year ago, I could do some random like V6 in the gym, but then I would go and fall off of a V3 because it was like this tiny, like a really small box you got to get into, small crimpy moves. And then the V6 is just really long, like a dyno that I could just
jump up,
just simply stand up and grab it. So I was getting, really, really frustrated. And it just took a while to like fully buy into the mindset of screw the grade.
Yeah,
like, I'm
this
just
is my
here to
race.
go up stuff.
It's your wall.
Yeah, it's
don't worry about it. Just run your race.
Have a good time. Just have a good time. So now it's, like obviously the grading's valuable because I mean when we go outside,
it's like a comparison point.
Yeah, like we're not going to go and try some 514 thing that we won't be able to climb for.
I don't got Spider-Man fingers like that.
Exactly. I don't get how people even do that. It's insane.
It's so cool.
But
yeah, that's all it is. It's just a reference scale.
Yeah, 100%. And it's I found people that climb outdoors, for some reason that clicks in a lot quicker. I don't know what it is. It might be
nature.
Honestly, it's all the granola folk they're all so happy.
Something about the sun shining on you. It fixes your heart.
Niagara Glen, shout out for bouldering down there. Oh. And Nemo, Rattlesnake, Metcalf Rock up north. Oh, all I gotta lock it.
This is the spring and summer of Wizard locking in.
It's gonna be so good.
I've had enough bouldering. I've just like be climbing random cliffs around outdoor school, like down the Aramosa River. I'm scrambling. I'm doing some terrible things.
I could teach you how to top rope solo. That was another big thing I got into.
God. I would love to, because that's where you've got top ropes. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, you're belaying yourself up the top rope.
Yeah, so essentially in Cambridge, like I taught myself how to do it in Cambridge. Actually, there's right along the Grand River. Actually, the high school GCI.
Okay.
If you go like just behind it, the Grand River is running along there. If you go to the other side of the river, there's a big rock face that kind of runs just along there, and I used to go there a lot as a kid. There's like some little like caves up in there. There's like a waterfall. I'd always climb down and
connected to. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that because of course my beloved Aramosa empties out into the Speed, which empties out into the Grand. We are all connected.
All connected. It's good stuff.
So you're climbing around in these caves by your river.
Yeah, and then basically when I realized, oh my goodness, I can top rope solo this. So then I basically went through a bunch of like online forums. The whole other side of this is I love like the trad gear, like building anchors, big wall stuff. That's what I'm really, really interested in. Like I want to, it's corny to just say I want to go climb Freerider up El Capitan, but the Yosemite triple of, El Cap, Half Dome, like I really, that's the ultimate goal. Ultimate goal. So I have to learn a lot of rope systems and stuff, a lot of safety systems. But
I would love to go there someday. No, I wouldn't. I can't imagine a roll where I'm climbing Half Dome. But like, I want to go there and just try a little stuff.
100%.
That place is so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I've never been into Yosemite, but my goodness, I would love it. Absolutely. But yeah, so like, I basically learned there's a ton of trees running along the top, obviously. So I'd create an anchor up there. You rappel down, and then you set up these two progress capture pulleys. So I use micro tractions, Basically, you weight the end of that rope that you're on so that it stays down. You then have these two microtractions sitting connected to your belay loop, and to your belay loop, so that you're now connected onto the rope. You weight it just to make sure, because they basically allow rope through one way, but
not the other.
Yeah,
that's the progress capture.
The progress capture, yeah.
You can go uppies, but you're not going downies.
Exactly. So then once you've got all of that figured out, you've got your rappel device on you, your prusik hitch, your...
Shout out to the prusik. Great, beautiful knot.
Shout out. Gorgeous. And yeah, so then you just climb your rock face. You've got your anchor at the top. Once you get up there, you can either haul all of your stuff up if you want, or you just simply use your personal anchor system, go into your anchor, swap out your progress capture pulleys for your rappel device, and head right back down.
Man, that's so sick.
It's pretty funky.
So you were doing that right in Cambridge, basically.
Yeah.
That's so
about
cool.
2.5-3 minutes from my house. It was awesome.
That's so sweet.
Really want to try it at Nemo this year.
The fact that we can do that around here is really beautiful.
Yeah, very, very exciting.
Where I grew up in Saskatchewan, there are like 2 rocks.
I was going to say,
in
just
the whole place.
Flat.
Not a lot of outdoor climbing opportunities there. But I still, when I was a kid, I managed to find the one place. It was called Roche Percy. And that was like my equivalent. It was like just this weird little Badlands area with a couple big rocks, and we used to climb around on there. So fun.
That's so cool.
I think that's my genesis point for all of this.
That must have been just so appealing, being like the one spot where you could do that climbing. Yeah. It must have just been this mind-boggling.
We always wanted to go there.
Yeah,
we're like, let's go to Roche Percy and scramble around. It was like, oh man, it was so cool.
That's so fun.
And we're almost at the end. We got a few minutes yet here. We got 4 or 5 minutes before we're gonna start sharing our gratitude. Can you believe that? I told you, it's crazy how it flies by.
It really does. I keep on hearing it in the episodes where I'm hearing, or in the shows, in the shows, not the episodes.
Yeah, episodes make it sound like a podcast, which it is not.
Which it is not. Listeners.
These are shows.
Yes.
But you keep hearing it in the shows.
Yeah, people, you'll give them the time update, and they'll just be sitting there thinking, wait, what? It's
that
already
can't
that,
be right.
huh?
That can't be right.
Like in the cheese episode, I remember that happened.
Cheese,
shout out cheese episode as well.
The cheese-based discussion. That's probably the stupidest name I've ever given an episode. But yeah, the cheese-based discussion with Sophie is an absolute banger. Shout out to Sophie. We love great future guests, I'm sure. Come back to Guelph, please.
Yes, discuss some blue cheeses for me, please. I need some. I'm a sucker for blue cheese.
I love you're like a real passion head. It's been a while since we've had an actual listener of this show on this show.
Absolutely.
I love it. Warms the crusty old cockles of my heart, if I'm allowed to say that, which I am.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think it was on the drive. Like Gabby and I went for a drive up to Thornbury.
You guys were chilling in the geodesic dome.
Yes. And it was, Passion Show was on. That was like a big binge.
That's so funny.
Which was crazy because that cheese episode, we had actually stopped over in a, I can't remember if it was in Thornbury or if it was in Meaford. But
shout out to Meaford.
Shout out to Meaford.
Love of Meaford.
We stopped by this cheese shop and I saw what was it, Five Brothers?
Five Brothers.
Yeah,
yep.
Five Brothers. I saw it there and I was very much considering it because the lady at the store had recommended it. And then I passed it. I went for the blue cheese, the Stilton I picked up.
I love blue cheese.
So sad. It's just so potent.
I'm such a blue cheese head. The stinkier the better.
So good. But yeah, so I passed over it, and then in the episode it gets mentioned. I'm thinking, what have I missed out on? What have I done?
That's so funny.
Oh,
that feels bad.
But
whatever. So it goes. The Passion Show. We're here to enlighten. Show the path, to reveal new passions.
Absolutely.
My dream is that someone listens to one of these shows and decides to, engage with the topic and finds a new passion. Like you're gonna have a whole new experience with cheese because of that.
100%.
And now you and Sophie are connected.
Absolutely.
That's what the Passion Network is all about, and you're part of the Passion Network now.
Sweet.
I expect that someone is going to listen to this and get excited about outdoor rock climbing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, genuinely, if anybody if you need some mentorship, some guidance on like getting into the outdoor climbing stuff, whether it's trad, whether it's multi-pitch, whether it's just sport, trying some stuff, like
Whether it's just,
I'm more
maybe
than
it's just
happy.
climb. They
Yeah.
don't even know. They just say, I want to go
I'm
up.
more than happy to help anybody out.
This is a tall man beta.
Tall man's
right here.
beta.
Tall
And it's-
man's beta on Instagram.com.
Oh yes, and it's just because like the only way that I was able to learn about all this stuff were from people at Grand River Rocks and stuff who, when I prompted it on the Facebook page,
That's great.
I mean, shout out Mike Granger, another fella, old folk. He like instantly jumped on it, said like, yeah, I will mentor you, I can help you out, I can teach you all this
That's-
stuff,
oh my
I'll
God.
help you use the equipment.
Mentorship is so
It's
sick.
amazing, and that's another
And
good
it's just
thing. in the
another thing we
sports.
could talk about. We didn't even talk about your degree.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
just
know,
so
whatever.
much.
We followed your bliss. We talked about what you're passionate about.
Hey,
And I also happen to be passionate about it, so it's a double whammy. We're at the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
Liam, we've got a couple minutes here to discuss what we're to perform the ritual that ends the show, and then baby, we're out of here. So as you know, as a passion head, every episode of the show I like to end by sharing a little gratitude. It's a tradition stolen from Guelph Outdoor School because it is so good.
Borrowed.
Borrowed. I'll go first, and that way you can go second, thus
sure.
ending the show. So, I am grateful. Oh, I gave ourselves a nice buffer here. I am grateful for clouds. I'm grateful for wind. I'm grateful for dancing. Grateful for my body and my hands. Grateful for denim. Grateful for jeans. I'm grateful for sandals. I'm grateful for the oncoming spring is basically what I'm getting at. I'm grateful for my mom and dad. I'm grateful for CFRU 93.3 FM.
Shout out.
I'm grateful for all the passion heads, all the passionate people in this network, all the climbers, the Guelph Grotto. Grateful to be alive. Grateful to be right here, right now. What are you grateful for, Liam?
I'll double down on that. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm very grateful for my partner in crime, Gabby.
Shout outs to massive legends.
Absolute legend. Grateful for all the folks at Grand River Rocks, I would say, for helping me develop this passion. All the coaches I've had in the past. Grateful for my parents, for my sister. Grateful for all the medical workers who have helped my sister get through this kind of chapter in her life and come out on top. All in all, yeah, just grateful for being here and getting to have a discussion with you, Wizard. This is awesome.
This has been so awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely.
My name has been Wizard,
I'm Liam.
and only love will stop the killing.
Only love will stop the killing.
Seul l'amour arrêtera le meurtre.
Only love,
Тільки кохання зупинить вбивство. Only love.
only love,
Nur die Liebe wird das Töten beenden.
only love will stop the killing.
Only love. Μόνο η αγάπη θα σταματήσει τον φόνο.
Only love, only love.